굿모닝. 감사합니다. 행복합니다. 유튜브 100만. 이민 60개. 건강, 행복, 감사. 유튜브 100만 가자. 가자. 좋아요 꾹. 구독 꾹. 제발. Hello my friends. Gangsta Auntie Victoria is here. 안녕하세요 친구들. 깡패모 빅토리아입니다. So today guys, a lot of my English speaking friends requested that I should make this 95% 5% system in English. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So there's a 95% people here, the bottom of the pyramid. And there's a 5% people who has all the wealth and the power, and they use their power to control the rest of 95%. And you can see there's a top star here. That's 0.1% people, again, rules this 5% people. When we talk about that later, I know who that is. If you don't know who that is, please DM me, I can tell you who that is. But that's not important. Today, it's important thing is understand the system that 5% made, that we will never be rich like them. And at the end, I'll give you two solutions that I'm doing. So very, very simple, guys. Those bottom 95% people like us, we go to school, we were taught that how to adapt this society, how to speak only right thing, how to be politically correct, how to not insult other people with your own opinion. That's what we learn at school. School doesn't teach you how to be rich. School doesn't teach you how to be free. School doesn't teach you how to be happy. So why do we study hard and why do we get degree? I'm from Korea. It's a strong educational background society because it's a highly competitive society, so I had to study. So I study, and I finally got engineering degree. And what am I doing now? I'm doing chicken or beef, coffee or tea. I'm using my engineering degree to pour coffee. So I go to school, I get a degree. This is me at the bottom of the pyramid. I call myself a best kind of slave, but don't get insulted, I'm just calling myself a slave because I do get a paycheck from those establishment, those 5% establishment. So I get a degree, I become a best candidate for those company, and I get a job in these company, those 5% establishment like Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Samsung, Hyundai, all companies, HSBC, all these motherfuckers, we are working for them. Right? I give them my time and energy and my brain and my loyalty. And in return, what do we get? We get big paycheck from them, right? We're big or small, doesn't matter what happened. Now we need essential stuff, right? House, car, food, whatever, the minimum essential stuff. You have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to wear some clothes. Here, this is a loophole. Who make all that? Who build the house? Who owns the house? Bank own your house. Do you think you own your house? No, bank own your house. And who build the house? Those establishments build the house. Who build the car? Tesla build the car. Who build the food? Who owns everything? So basically, you get paycheck, you need your essential to survive that they built and they own. And you pay them back. Did you understand? Did you get it? So you get paycheck, you buy this stuff, and the money goes back to their pocket. And then there's a little bit money left, that's for entertainment, or we call happiness, right? So we spend money for our happiness, like beautiful things, traveling, yummy food, Starbucks coffee, Chanel bag, Louboutin shoes, blah blah blah. All this entertainment expense, once again, who make them? And they make all that too. Not only essential, but entertainment stuff, they made it too. And here's another funny things. Who tell you to buy all this stuff to make you look like rich people? You're not rich, but you want to look like a rich. Who put that mind in your brain? Those 5% people. They use all kind of marketing from TV, YouTube, Insta, any kind of tool. They use that, and then they encourage you, urge you to buy. So they make more money. Buy. That we call marketing. They use this marketing tool, and then they make you once again a beggar again. Because even if you have a Chanel bag, even if you have a Maserati, you're still poor. And your kids will be poor too. And you can never retire. And that's what those 5% want from us. So they can keep all the wealth and power in their pocket. So, and then what do we have left? Zero. Nothing. Then what do? We have to go back to work next Monday, right? Because we need paycheck for next month, once again. See that cycle? That never-end vicious cycle? We get money, we buy stuff that they make, we give the money back to them. And then now we become beggar again, now we have to go back to work on Monday. Vicious cycle, never 5% made this system. They are the one who made the system. So they can keep all the money, and that money gives them a power, and that power gives them a power to control the rest of the 95%. That's really depressing, really fucked up, but that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to talk about dirty word or depressing or whatever. I'm here for hope. So I will show you two ways to break this system, that this vicious give us a little bit of hope for our retirement or our kids' future, and in the end for our freedom and happiness. The solution. Number one, you become entrepreneur and you work yourself. You be your own boss. You become Samsung. You become Apple. You become whatever. Become an entrepreneur. You will never make money like them unless you marry them. But you know they married each other, so there is no hope. So don't worry about you become a 5% rich. Worry about how to gain freedom at least, so you can work for other people. That we call maybe freedom. And you make your own money, a little bit of money, and spend it on essential needs, and the rest of the money, I will tell you how to spend that money. So number one, become an entrepreneur, work for yourself, be your own boss. Don't work for them. And number two, if you don't want to do business, or you don't have the network or money or idea or whatever, you're just not that kind of type of person, that's fine. Then just work for who you are, who you work now, keep your job. So either you're an entrepreneur or you have your job, you spend all this essential money. The rest of the money for your entertainment or for your happiness, that those 5% urge you to buy with their marketing, do not buy. Do not spend that money. Do not spend it for you to look like rich people. Well, I'll say that again. Do not spend the rest of the money just to look like rich. Instead, invest that money. How? If you want to buy a car, buy those car company stock. If you want to buy a Chanel bag, buy Chanel company stock. If you want to buy a PlayStation, buy the company stock. Instead, spending that money and giving it back to them, buy those company stock. If you do that, you own that company partially, how many stock you buy or whatever. And whenever you're sleeping anywhere in this world, for the branch of this company's worker, employees like us, they're working not only for them, but they work for you. If you just buy the Chanel bag, it's in my closet, they don't do anything. But if you buy their stock, that actually money working for me while I'm sleeping. And this is the key point, guys. Once you buy stock, do not sell it at least for 20 years. If you sell and buy, if you buy stock and you sell it maybe, let's say, a year later or a few months later, oh, 20%, I make a 20%, sell it. That's gambling. That's not an investment. Investment is, at least you buy this, just forget about it, and then buy it every month, at least $100 every month for 20 years. Then in 20 years later, do you still have to work, do you think? That money will be a few $1 million now, and you will never have to work again. That we call freedom, right? So if you're doing it for your retirement, I'm mid-40, so we started this just a few years ago to retire. But if I do this, maybe I can retire a little earlier than I planned. But remember this, do not sell it and buy it every month. And if you're a parent, you have a kid, your kid's just born or 5 years old or 10 years old, never late, not too late. So when your kid was born, You find this really good top 5% company stock that they will never go out of business because they know how to make more money in this system that they made. So they'll never go out of business. Those top 5% company stock, you buy it when your child was born, every month. $10, $100, $1,000, whatever. By the time your kid's 20 years old, you give them as a gift, it'll be few $1,000,000 minimum, and now your kids never have to be slave, never have to work for anyone else. He can be entrepreneur by the time when he's 20 years old, right? That's the solution, guys, and that's the solution that we could have a little bit of freedom in this fucked up society. Do you think we actually have freedom, especially after COVID bullshit? I will leave that question to you, because I'm the only one who can define my happiness, and I'm the only one who can work for my own freedom. So once you understand this vicious cycle, spend the money that you need, basic survival needs, spend money on that, and the rest of money, do not sold by marketing that 5% make. Instead, buy their company stock and don't ever sell it, at least for 20 years. And if you don't know what kind of stock that you should buy, look for this 5% per 5% company stock, or greatest product they created called ETF. ETF is just a simple example like QQQ. They choose all this innovation company in this from 1 to 500 ranking company like Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, Amazon. This is all in QQQ. So if you don't know anything about stock, just buy that. So conclusion, guys, this society system, those top 5% made, you work for them, but because you buy all the essential or entertainment things that they made, you have to buy this and in the end give the money back to them. And in the end, you live with nothing. And you can never be rich, meaning you can never be free. But for hope, how you can break this system, keyword is invest. First, you become your own boss, be an entrepreneur, at least you don't have to work for other people. Second, you work for other people, but every month you invest your entertainment money instead of spending. Don't be a victim of marketing and give all the money back to them. Instead, invest for your kids or for your retirement. In 20 years, you will have freedom. And that's a hope. That's my message. I'm talking about a hope. I'm not talking about this depressing world, or fucked up system making me angry. We can't just stay angry and be sad and angry all day. We have to find solution. We have to find the solution of our own freedom. I'm the only person who can define my freedom. And that's why I'm telling you these 2 ways that we can break this system, and then we can finally have a freedom and happiness. I want all of you guys become rich and have a freedom, and in the end, be happy. And if you have any questions about ETF or what kind of stock you buy, you have to study a little. It's your life, guys. It's my life. I don't want to be slave forever. I want to have a freedom. I want to be happy. So I studied. I started to study because after Corona, I lost my job. I'm not a flight attendant anymore. I don't know when they're gonna call me back, and even figuring my things out too. However, I hope you guys and think about how you will give your kids a future and how you will prepare your own retirement. You are the responsible for your kids' future, for your kids' freedom, and for your kids' happiness. Making money is not easy, guys. Nothing is easy. You gotta study a little, learn a little bit, clue in, have some insight. You should be smart as a parent. You should study about the society, how the system works, how the money works, how the power works, so you teach your kids, don't be a victim of this vicious cycle. That's it for everything today, guys, and I hope I can at least give at least one person, if you change your life because of that, and if you get a hope because of this YouTube, I'd be so happy just for that. And You know what? We are all 95% people. Let's work together, break this fucking system, and be happy, be rich, and let's get a freedom. 가자! 가자! For our freedom! Yes! 좋아요 팍! 구독 팍! 안 하면 팍!